Can the Google Pixel Fold compete with the Samsung Galaxy Fold? That's an important question I think we need to discuss because, well, Google seems to think so. So we kind of ought to talk about it. And fortunately, we have some pretty official leaked specs now that we can talk about and kind of have some discussion about this because, well, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 is the latest and greatest that's available in the US. And this is an important thing to talk about because in the US, this is the only true big foldable. It's not like the ones that you pick up from out of China. We got the Huawei Mate XS2, the X3 that they have now. This is not the Honor VS. This is not the Oppo Find N, right? So in the United States, this is going to finally be the second one that makes it here. So that's really important. And it's also homegrown, made by Papa Google in conjunction with Papa Samsung, providing like half the parts. But yeah, I think that it can in a lot of ways. And hear me out on this because don't call me crazy just yet. But there's another concern. I think it will compete really well with the Z Fold 4. But the problem is the Z Fold 5 will be just on its tippy toes probably like 2 months later. So will it get blown out of the water by the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5? Well, that remains to be seen. And we'll have to see, because when we look at what's going on with the Z Fold 5, I talked about this the other day, all the leaked stuff on that one, they look the same. Like there's basically a 0.2 millimeter difference, I think, in height. There's basically no difference to it. And if it sticks with the same cameras, if it sticks with roughly the same size battery, apples to apples, I mean, a lot of the stuff's going to be similar. Storage, RAM capacity, things like that. So the important things we have to look at are the actual user experience. And, well, One UI is pretty darn polished. And this is going to be the first generation for the Pixel Fold. If you compare them side by side, the Pixel Fold looks to be a little bit shorter and a little bit wider, which I actually kind of like that more notebook style, more passport style appearance like we have with the Oppo Find N. And it's kind of nice in certain ways. But then also you have the Z Fold 4 and the Z Fold 5, which will be a little bit on the taller. So it gives you a different flavor. And that's kind of important. And honestly, I don't really see a price drop coming in the future for the Z Fold 5. I had kind of hoped so, but really, with the way prices have gone up, the economy, inflation, everything else, just keeping it at the same price is almost like a discount. And I hate saying that. And I'm not advocating for that. I really would like for the price to drop because these things get expensive. But with the Pixel Fold, we're looking at a lot of similar stuff, like a 7.8 inch combined display, or 7.6 inch. Yeah, 7.6 inch display when you have it open up, 5.8 inch on the front side. We're looking at IPX8, water resistance, still the same. That's the same as the Z Fold 4, arguably probably be the same as the Z Fold 5. Looking at 256 gigabytes baseline storage, 12 gigabytes RAM. Yeah, most things apples to apples, pun intended, when you look at the Samsung Galaxy Fold series and also the Pixel Fold series. So I think what's going to differentiate it, one will be the cameras, and probably the cameras will be better on the Pixel. Google is typically better when it comes to that stuff, and if you've paid attention to what Samsung has done with their cameras on the foldable phones, they've kept them back. They haven't put them on the same pedestal as this guy right here. If I can get my phone. They haven't been on the same level, the same wavelength as what we get with the Ultra. So with the Z Fold 4, we already know what we've got. It's the S22 series cameras. So if right away, the Pixel Fold is probably going to have a little bit better camera setup than the Galaxy Z Fold 4. I'm okay with that, and I think that's probably a pretty fair point to Google. And if we've got a similar setup to what we have with the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro, those are some pretty good cameras. I think they're better across the board than the Z Fold 4 cameras. So we can get a nice leg up there. They can maintain their dominance in that department. I don't really think we're getting an improvement for the Z Fold 5. I think it's probably going to be the same cameras again because they're still trying to keep the cost down and they're also really not trying to change much. The big thing that's going to be going for the Z Fold 5 when it gets here is the Snapdragon 8 Generation 2, which has been a leap and bound difference night and day. It has put Samsung at the top of the battery life pecking order this year, and it's beating out the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max. So that's been great. The power efficiency, battery life, heat management, it's top notch. We all know that the Google Tensor 2 has not been the best in the battery life and the battery drain and the heat department. But when you pair it with a much bigger battery in some cases, like we have a 4400 milliamp battery with the Z Fold 4, but it looks like it's going to be about a 4800 approximately milliamp battery with the Pixel Fold. So that's going to help out some. This guy right here, the Z Fold 4, has the Snapdragon 8 Plus Generation 1. So I think that the Snapdragon 8 Plus Generation 1 will probably in some ways be very equivalent experience with the Tensor G2. So with what's on the market right now, with the timing, with Google putting it out in this way, I think that the Pixel Fold can compete with it. But here's the problem. The Z Fold 4 came out in August of last year. So if we finally can get the Pixel Fold at the end of June, which is what we're looking at, approximately June 27th is the reported and rumored release date. Well, the rumored release dates on the Z Fold 5, it looks like Samsung could be ramping that up, maybe an end of July launch. So there might only be like a month difference, and then you're going to have two different options, and the Z Fold 5 in some ways I think will be better. And I think that they probably just don't care that much about the camera quality. Not in a not care manner, but I don't think they're trying to compete. They don't want to kind of supplant what they've got going on with the Ultra. And because of the foldable technology, how thin, how much room there is with everything, I don't think we're going to see a 200 megapixel camera in the Z Fold 5. But at face value, if you look at the cameras, Z Fold 4, what we should be getting with the Pixel Fold, I think the Pixel will win in that department. And then we have two different schools of thought on the software, because Samsung, they've put a lot into this. One UI has gotten so good on the Fold, it's really, really good. And it's very polished, it's very refined, versus what we have with the stock Android experience that we're going to get on the Pixel Fold. It hasn't quite been as good, I think, as people have expected it to be. I mean, it's had some hiccups here and there, had some problems over the last year, ever since the Pixel 6 came out, once Google migrated over to the Tensor chips. I think it'll be competitive. I think that this will probably be the most polished that we've seen yet. The only concern I have in the back of my head is, well, it's Google, so if anybody can screw it up, it's them. But when it comes to the first generation, it's first generation hardware. At least they've had a year of tuning experience with the Tensor 2. So I think they'll probably have a lot of the bugs worked out of it. If we're building it off the same platform, just adding a bigger screen and kind of changing things up just a little bit, I think that the Pixel Fold can be, and it definitely should be, the best that we've seen yet from the Google Tensor experience. So I think that there's a lot of promise here, and I think if you're a Google fan, if you're a Google enthusiast, if you want something different than what Papa Samsung sells, well, then the Pixel Fold might be a good alternative. But then we have to look at it and go, well, not a whole lot of these have been sold. I mean, comparatively, if you look at the big scale, if you look at like the 20 million phones that the iPhone SE 2022 sold, if you look at like the 20 million phones that we sold out of the S22 series, then if you compare that with what we get the foldables, it's not nearly as much, because one, not everybody is really buying into the foldables yet, and two, they'd be crazy expensive. I mean, $17.99. I mean, I don't see a lot of people running around with these. And in fact, the best way to get them in most cases is to get one refurbished, certified used, get one like 3 or 4 months later, find it on a big discount, or wait a year. I bought a Z Fold 3 here back during Christmas, so it was barely over a year old. I got one in like basically mint condition with a year warranty off eBay, and I paid like $469 for it plus tax. I just recently gave it to my aunt. So yeah, that's the reality. I mean, there's not a lot of early adopters that are going out and spending $2,000 on these phones. And if we're going to get the rumored price of $17.99 and for the baseline model of the Pixel Fold, and over $1,900 reportedly for the 512 model, that's going to be a tough sell. And just look at what happened with the Microsoft Surface Duo and Duo 2. Not a whole lot of people bought those either. So there are concerns that I have there. Marketability is a concern. Economy is a concern. Pricing, they're going to have some good incentives. And they're talking about bundling a Pixel Watch with it, at least here in the US. Maybe that'll make some people change their mind. I don't know. The Pixel Watch experience has been pretty good. Just the battery life is not good for me at all. And that's my big hang up with it. I need at least 36 hours of battery, and it barely gets me like 20. And I know some people can get more than that. That's fine, not trying to undercut your experience, but my experience has not been that great when it comes to battery life. So when we look at it compared to the Z Fold 4, I think that it has promise. I think that it can compete really well. But the fiscally responsible part of me wants to say, well, when the Pixel Fold comes out and the Z Fold 5 gets here, you can probably get one of these for $650 over on eBay with a 1-year warranty. Used or recertified. So if you want to try and maximize your dollar, you want a polished experience, maybe that might be your route. I've been seeing a lot of people that have been excited about picking up the Samsung Galaxy Folds a year later and then really enjoying it. And then the other thing we have to answer is, well, this guy right here, the S Pen. The S Pen makes a big difference for me, and I absolutely love the Fold with the S Pen. I did not like the Fold until I got the S Pen. I liked it enough as an enthusiast, but as carrying it around and actually using it, yeah, I felt it needed an S Pen from the get-go. I felt like it was kind of a rip-off that the Z Fold 2 didn't have it. So when the Fold 3 and the Fold 4 got it, I was 100% on board. The Pixel Fold probably is not going to have a stylus. I mean, there's nothing we've seen on the horizon about it. So they really need to get in the high gear on that and come up with a stylus somehow. So yeah, I think there are a couple different ways to approach this, but I think competitively, at least when it launches, at least when it's announced, I think that it's feasible if you want one. And we're just going to have to see. I mean, we're very close now. Basically, today's May 1st. We have 9 days left. It's supposed to be announced on May 10th. There's a lot of excitement around this, and I'm excited about it too. Sound off in the comment section if you are. I think that it's a great prospect. I'm really happy about this. I mean, I'm a big tech nerd through and through, so seeing cool new things in phones always makes me happy. I know it makes other folks happy, even if they don't want to pay for it. It's nice to see something new instead of the same old, same old, same old every time a phone comes out. So that's all I got in this video. Let me know what you think. If you're excited about this, if you like foldables, if you're looking into getting one, I'd love to hear about it. Go to the comment section. We'll talk about it. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.